Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ken West Crosby Field here for today's Class A playoff game between the Kenmore West Blue Devils and the Williamsville South Billies here on a Saturday afternoon. Mark Johnson along with Tim Chifa. And Tim, this is where it all begins when you're making a playoff run.
Well, this is what it's all about, right? This is why you came out for football in August and you sweated through the summer practices all to come to this moment, right? And, you know, on paper, you know, Mark, we have pretty evenly matched teams. A little bit different road to get here. You know, we have Williamsville South, who has lost their first two games and then has rattled off 6 in a row to get to this point. So arguably one of the hottest teams in Western New York, right? I don't think we can argue that at all, really. And then Kenmore West, a little bit of a roller coaster, win-loss type of season, but have also won, I believe, 3 in a row coming into today. You know, some adversity they had to go through all season, and you know, but this is what it's all about: the 2 and 3 seed, and looking for the winner for a long trip down to Jamestown.
Let's take a look at the quarterbacks first. You got Connor Walker going against a PJ Tasca, and one might say both quarterbacks kind of iffy this year. They've thrown touchdowns, but they've thrown a lot of interceptions.
Yeah, I mean, I think on paper, Tasca's probably had the better season. 963 yards passing with 8 touchdowns. You did mention the 8 interceptions, so that's obviously, I think, something that the South coaching staff is going to want to work on. And then the Kenmore West, you know, not a huge passing attack this year for Kenmore West. They, you know, definitely going to rely on the running game. But yeah, you have Connor Walker. 654 yards, just 2 touchdowns, and then you mentioned the 6 interceptions. So, you know, I think in a game that, you know, is going to be a close game, what we hope to be a close game, you know, the turnovers are going to be key, Mark. And I think, you know, taking care of the ball is going to be a huge part of the game. And, you know, these 2 running backs that we're going to talk about in a minute here, that's going to be the focus point for these 2 teams.
Well, when you look at Ken West, you got to look at, of course, Jermaine Atkins, number 11. 77 carries, 860 yards. He's averaging 11.2 a crack. And he scored 19 touchdowns, but amazingly, he scored 17 in his last 3 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about the hottest team in Western New York, where you might have Williamsville South. How about the hottest player in Western New York? And that's Jermaine Atkins from Kenmore West. You mentioned 19 touchdowns on the season, but 17 in the last 3 weeks, including a 7-touchdown performance against North Tonawanda. And that's the game that they moved him to running back. So I would love to see how many touchdowns he would have if he played running back the whole season, because he played receiver for the first half of the season, but they had to move him over, and he has been absolutely on fire. And then you talk about the Williamsville South running back. What a year this kid's having, right? Christian Dewar, the senior, with 1,186 yards and 12 touchdowns. I mean, that's the season for the ages right there, Mark.
So Ken West at home, and of course it's a little cool day here, about 50 degrees at kickoff. Not too bad of a wind here, so I don't know if it's going to affect the passing game a lot. But you know, if anything beats last night's torrential rains that came down here, I'm sure the field is a little bit on the wet side, but I don't think it's going to affect either team much. But you're talking how big this Williamsville South team actually looks compared to Ken West.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big squad. It's an overall big squad. You know, and I think that's going to be a huge part of the game. That, you know, the game is always won and lost in the trenches. We both know that. You know, for Kenmore West, they're, you know, going to lean on the huge defensive end who is just, you know, just causes chaos. He's number 5, Jabari Lee, and I have his stat, his 6'8", 260-pound senior. I mean, he has the capabilities and the talent to completely take over a game. So that is something that the Williamsville South offensive line, I guarantee, all week worked on. You know, look for a running back to chip on his side. You know, to help with the blocking of him, because he has the ability and the talent to literally take over a game. And I saw that in the Star Point game. I had a chance to call that game, and he took over that game. So one of the big focal points is to watch number 5 for Kenmore West.
And as you mentioned, Lee, he had 7 sacks this year. So he can get the job done if he can get at the quarterback.
Yeah, and he's also a tight end, so a huge target also offensively. Look for him in the red zone, you know, kind of a jump ball situation. Just go up and go get it. I mean, going to be tough to jump over a 6'8" guy. So
in a coaching matchup we want to look at real quick, Craig Krasansky against John Haynes, both confident coaches. John Haynes is really confident. I was talking with him earlier. He said this, everybody's liking Williamsville South today. They're the favorite team. He said that's just the way we like it.
Yeah, I think it's always easier, for coaches to try to play the underdog role, even maybe if you're not. It's not really a huge thing in high school sports to have the favorite and underdog. But I think you want to, push that on your players that, hey, no one's expecting you to win. You want to light that extra fire, especially in a playoff game. You want any little extra help you can get, Mark.
So Kenmore West in their dark black uniforms with the blue pants, blue helmets, and the hard-to-read blue numbers.
It's going to be tough for us.
So
we apologize in advance if we butcher these numbers, but it is a little far away, and they are really tough to read.
And across the way, Williamsville South in their white jerseys, blue pants, blue helmets, and now the national anthem. Well, the Pledge of Allegiance. Last week we had a national anthem here. It was Kenmore West, Ken East.
Yeah.
And they had two bands here last week. And so got caught a little curveball there. But as we mentioned, it's a decent day for football. It's a typical fall day in Western New York, an afternoon game. And of course, they have to be afternoon games here at Crosby Field. There is no lights, but some great games last night. We'll go over that at halftime and some tremendous upsets last night.
Yeah, a couple of great games, but we did mention the winner of this game will travel to the undefeated Jamestown. Will South did play Jamestown the second game of the season, probably Jamestown's toughest game. Jamestown won the game 42-37. Frank mentioned about that on Wednesday's show that potentially Jamestown had some second strings. It doesn't matter. The score of the game was 42-37. That's a one-score game no matter how you look at it.
Right.
So I'm sure South would love to get a chance at the rematch next week.
But that's next week. Right now, they have to take care of business today here at Ken West. So the captain's meeting out at midfield. Out there's the big man, Jason Britton, 260-pound fullback. We didn't touch on him.
Yeah.
He is a powerful young man who likes to play, and he can play both ways, too.
Yeah, there's a strong runner. You'll see Kenmore West a lot in the power eye, which you don't see too much in this day and age of high school football. But Jason Britton, the senior running back, linebacker, 6 foot, 260 pounds. I mean, that is a big running back. Look for him to, have a huge part of the offense today for the Blue Devils.
And another senior that handles the ball for the Billies a lot, that's Nathaniel Zachary, 62 carries, 480 yards, 7.7 yards a carry, and he's got 10 touchdowns. So some good even balance here between these two ball clubs. And to me, I think it's going to shake out to be a great ball game.
Yeah, I hope so.
So with all that, we did miss who.
Yeah, I think Will South will be receiving the ball. Looks like Kenmore West will be kicking off.
All right, so Will South will get their kick return team out there as we take a look at John Haynes down on the sideline. As wanders the sideline up and down. He just does nonstop. He's also the baseball coach for Ken West. I asked him last week how he splits his time between baseball and football. He says it's not easy. In fact, they're playing fall ball still right now.
Yeah, John Haynes has been a part of the program a long time. He was the offensive coordinator under Coach Harris. He also is a Kenmore West grad, was a really good running back. And I think the 1987 or 88 class, I know my brother was the quarterback in 88, 89, I believe. I maybe butchered that. He'll probably yell at me later. But I know that they were quarterback and running back together. So
to kick off here, it's Jimmy Pulsatier for Ken West.
Kenmore West is a fan of the onside kick. I don't know if they'll do it in a playoff game, but they do like to do that often.
Max Graves is back to receive for the Billies. So here we go. Another playoff game getting ready to get started, and the kick on the way, end over end, and it's going to be taken by one of the up men. It's Jeff Evalt, and Evalt makes a nice move, gets down to the 35-yard line. So a nice drive start here for the Billies as we're underway.
So I'm curious to see, the South offense is going to do. I think, if I'm the South offense, I would like to change it up as far as pass and run. I think you have to keep number 5 on his heels, because if he gets going with a full head of steam, I mean, it's really, really tough to block him. So, look for screens, look for the cadence to go on 1 and 2, 3 to change it up. because once number 5 gets going for Cameron West, he can control the game, like I said earlier.
So it's Zachary and, of course, Kristen Dewar in the backfield. Man in motion, and it's a quick wildcat give to Dewar. Dewar across the 40-yard line, picked up 5. It'll be 2nd down and 5 for the Billies.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about the Williamsville offense. I mean, this is a high-powered offense, Mark. I mean, the points they have scored this year, 34, 42, 38, 45, 28, 30, 48, 50. This team can score and score in bunches. So I think it's huge for the Cameron West to get these guys off the field as much and as long as possible.
Jackson Gallivan in on that tackle for Ken West. So 2nd down, and looks like about 5 to go from up here. And the give, actually it's a keeper again. And once again, Dewar gets out of bounds, and that's going to be a 1st down for Williamsville South. So running Dewar out of the Wildcat formation, Tim, and that looks like it's a good look so far.
Yeah, you're gonna hear that name said a lot today. Like we said, 127 carries for over 1,100 yards. They're not going to change that up in the playoffs. Look for him to touch the ball at least 20, 25 times today between the run and the pass game.
So P.J. Tasca checks in at number 4, quarterback, for his first action today. 1st and 10 from their own 48-yard line. Tasca looks over at his bench, gets this play call, and is in the shotgun. Back to pass. Looks. First throw for him is complete. Out in the right flank there, and it's Max Graves. What a nice catch. Picked up about 8 yards. And this Billy's team, they'll mix it up on you.
Yeah, so you see that they went trips to the right, one to the left with a single back there. You'll see that kind of offensive stance a lot, or offensive a lot today. They like to change it up quite a bit. They started with the Wildcat with the quarterback not even in the game. They will change it up quite a bit and try to keep the Cameron West Blue Devils on their heels.
2nd down and 2 for Williamsville South. And once again in the shotgun, and the give to Dewar, and this time they staff him up a little bit. I might have got back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Yeah. So Gallivan again on that tackle, number 2. We're going to be calling his name out. Someone's shaking their hand out there. Who's that, number 9?
Nice job at the defensive line by Cameron West, holding their ground, staying put there, staying home so that there wasn't a cutback run there.
So it's 3rd down and 2. So he did get back to the line of scrimmage. And a big chance for Ken West to shut the door here on this drive by the Billies. And Jackson Amon is hurt. He's holding his right elbow, right hand. He's one of the secondary guys here for the Blue Devils. Shaking that hand, trying to shake it off for this play. In the shotgun. Leaning back a little bit, and Tasca looks, puts it up for grabs. It's incomplete. He overshot his receiver there.
You got the first decision here for the Billies here. It's 4th and 2. It looks like they're going to keep their offense on the field. I thought maybe they would have tried to run the ball if you were going to go for it on 4th down to try to get 2 yards in 2 plays. But they are keeping their offense on the field for a huge 4th down, biggest play of the game so far.
That's right. It's going to go for it here. 4th and 2. That pass was intended for Brad Everett, but it was over his head. Falls incomplete. So here we go. 4th and 2. They bring him up. And we've got number 32, Daniel Zachary in the backfield, and it's going to be Zachary with the give, and I think they stuffed him.
He's short.
They stuffed him. He might have got a half a foot. That was about it.
Huge defensive stance for the Cameron West Blues. You see the team going crazy on the sideline there, and that's a huge stance by Cameron West. Again, I question a little bit the play call there. I mean, if you were planning for going on a 4th down, maybe would have ran it twice to get 2 yards, especially when you have a running back that has over almost 1,200 yards rushing. But nonetheless, Cameron West offense on the field.
So Craig Kruszinski gambles for the Billies and loses. So it's Ken West ball, 1st and 10 at their own 44-yard line. And it's time for the Jermaine Atkins show, I'm sure. And the give is to Atkins. Atkins bust away. Look at the strength. Crosses midfield. 45, 40, 35, 30. One man to beat. And he's going to push him out of bounds down around the 19-yard line or so. And that's a nice run there. And that is a 36-yard scamper.
Atkins, we talked, John, Mark, we talked about the old school power eye offense that Cameron West likes to run. You have a huge fullback in the game, and then that is that is the show that we're going to watch all game. That kid has breakaway speed. He can score at any play.
First man through, the big man Britton, and they stack him up, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. So good defense there for Jason Britton, 260-pounder. And he's a senior, 6 foot 260.
And you watch some of the games that Cameron West does. You know, he does so many little things that don't get in the press. On the box scores. You know, Atkins is getting a lot of the credit, but the holes that he is making as that huge fullback, fullback is kind of a long, kind of a gone position these days.
Mishandled the snap, but the pitch out for Atkins, and he's going to pick up 4 yards the hard way there. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 6. That ball down around the 16-yard line. Let's see where they place it. Well, they gave him 3. So he picked up 3 yards there. It's going to be 3rd down and 7 with 8:30 and running just underway here.
Yeah, Cameron West doesn't kick too often, Mike, so I would have expected, this is 4-down territory.
Atkins again the carry, and they jam him down there. He picked up maybe a yard. So Atkins, after that first initial run, has been stuffed there.
So we have both teams facing a 4th down here. The Williamsville South wasn't successful on their 4th down. Now Cameron West with a little bit longer one, 4th and 6. Haven't thrown the ball yet. This is kind of an obvious passing situation. Let's see what the Blue Devils call here.
Number 70 Murphy was in on that tackle along with a couple other his linemen for the Billies. Here we go, 4th down. I'm going to call it 6. The ball at the 12-yard line. So our second big play of this game. Connor Walker waits for the snap. Looks like he's trying to draw him off sides. That's not going to work. And finally, it's going to be a timeout taken by Ken West. So obviously the strategy, Tim, come up, try to draw him off sides, didn't work.
Yeah, try to get the cheap 5 yards there. Good job by Williamsville South. Defensive line holding their ground. Would have been a lot easier to make it a 4th and 1, obviously. So a 4th and 6 call. I noticed we haven't seen Jabari Lee in at tight end yet. I know this is a situation where in the past they use him a lot, for a rollout type of pass, that, try to throw it up to the big guy. Hasn't been on the field offensively yet. Cameron West's formation every time so far has been a power formation, so let's see if they change it up at all. Like I said, in an obvious passing situation. But a big 4th down now for the Billy defense. Let's see if they can hold them like the Blue Devil one did.
So you can't miss Lee on the sideline, that's for sure. But he's not on the field.
Everyone's head's at his shoulders.
Wow. So it's Walker in the shotgun here on 4th and 6. Man in motion.
They moved.
And we've got movement up front. That's going to cost them 5. So out of a timeout, a legal procedure call.
No, those are things that Coach Haynes is really going to get aggravated about. In such a tight game, it's going to drive him crazy on a 4th and 6 to make it. When you're not a huge passing team, to go from 4th and 6 to 4th and 11, that changes things quite a bit. He's not going to be happy about that one.
So they mark it off. That ball comes back to the 20. Well, they got it spotted in between the 21 and the 22-yard line. But either way, it's 4th and 11 here. And as you mentioned, Tim, they don't kick the ball, which I just can't believe you can't find a kicker somehow.
Yeah, just go to a soccer team and say, we need you for this week, right?
Right.
That's what we used to do.
Walker in the shotgun, back to pass, looks. He's going to throw to the corner, looking for Atkins. And nice defensive coverage down there on a beautiful play for the Billies. That was Max Graves that broke it up, stayed with Atkins all the way, Tim, and broke it up.
Yeah, I think they try to go to their go-to guy, kind of an obvious play, but great play by number 10, Max Graves, the senior receiver and cornerback. So both teams hold on 4th down, Mark, and it might be a defensive battle, which we kind of didn't expect. But so far so good defensively.
7:30 remaining in this first quarter, and the second possession now for Williamsville South. As Tasca comes running back in with the play. Fans are starting to make their way into this ball game still.
Some late comers with some tailgaters out there, Mark, because they're all starting to file in now.
Not a lot of parking around this field, that's for sure. Now on the snap, and the give to Dewar. Dewar left side, 25, spins, and makes his way out to the 31-yard line. So nice gain there, and very close to a first down. Call it a gain of 9. And let's see where they spot this now. They're going to give him the first down, Tim.
Yeah, so nice reverse. A little bit of a reverse there. Some misdirection for Williamsville South. You know, if I'm Cameron West, you just got to watch where Dewar is at all times. You know, maybe even keep a spy on him at all times because he is going to touch the ball quite a bit, as we've seen already.
And the Billies come out with 2 men out to the left, 1 out to the right. Tasker once again back in the shotgun. Waits on the snap. Gives it to Zachary. Zachary spins and turns his way and fights for a couple of hard, tough yards. And he does not go down easy, that's for sure. But picked up a minimal gain there. Picked up 3 yards going to give him, so it's going to be 2nd down and 7.
And you see the strength of the defensive line for Cameron West. That is their strong point of this team. You know, we have some big boys up there. Number 72, Hezekiah Mercado, the sophomore, 6'2", 320 pounds, nose tackle. So that's some big boys up there.
And I've got number 51 down there, but I do not have him on my roster. I don't know if that was a error, or maybe we can find out who that is. So Tasca back in the shotgun once again, where he's been most of the time. Gives it to Dewar. Dewar right side. Dewar 35, 40, 45, and steps out of bounds over at midfield. And now we got a late hit. We got a late offensive block way away from the play.
Yeah, and we talked about the things that are going to drive Coach Haynes crazy. This is going to drive the South crazy because this was so far after the play. The play was already over. You just got a first down on a great run, and now you're going to go back 15 yards.
Well, that was one of my keys to the game today, Tim, is to limit the penalties for both teams. That was a foolish penalty.
Right. I mean, it's one thing if you're, if it's a hold because you're trying to make a play. That's part of the game. But a personal foul. Oh, it's on West.
Oh, they're going to call it on Kenmore West. That is unbelievable.
Well, forget everything I said for the last 30 seconds.
Yeah.
I was completely wrong. I saw a Kenmore West player go flying.
That's not the way I saw it from up here.
Okay.
I thought for sure it was against the Billies, but they'll mark it off. 15 big yards against the Blue Devils.
Kenmore West player was on the ground. I'm not sure how that happened, but okay. All right, so
first and
South
10
in
from the
business
37-yard line. Goodness gracious. I'd love to see a replay on that. Tasca in the shotgun once again, gives it to Dewar. Dewar left side, waits for a block. Nice cut. Oh, they bring him down hard. Nice tackle there. That's Lee, who's got that got his anger up, that penalty call.
Yeah, so you see the strength of Jurari Lee. I mean, we talked about him in the pregame show. You know, the senior, 6'8", 260. I mean, that's the biggest guy I've seen on any football field in the last couple of years.
I agree with you.
And you saw the strength there. He just ripped down the running back.
Sure did.
A little anger on that play.
Yeah, they're a little upset over that call, I bet.
Yeah, and I wish we don't have the luxury of a replay here. So, I apologize if we just missed the call. We may have. But from what we saw, it looked like it should have been on South if the penalty was called.
Now Williamsville South will take a timeout here with 5:27 left. The scoreless first quarter. We're going to take a break as well. You're watching WesternNewYorkAthletics.com, Varsity Playoff Football. We'll be right back.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. A few clicks will show you the sales price you can expect for your home. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. So if it's time to sell your home, visit howardhanna.com today, and we'll match you with a local Howard Hanna agent to sell your home fast.
I love being home.
Avoiding care can lead to worse.
All right, back live here for a second down play. 2nd down and 6. And a little razzle-dazzle there. He's got his man wide open down on the far side, and that is a drop pass. Max Graves.
Yeah.
I don't know if he heard footsteps, turned maybe too early, but he dropped it.
Yeah, Atkins got away with one there because he bit hard on the reverse, and Max Graves was. It was a little bit underthrown, but it looked like he should have. It looks like he just tried to go in the end zone before he caught it there. Got to catch the ball first, kid.
Yeah, my dad likes to say, you forgot something.
Right, but I'm sure Atkins is a little happy there.
So it's 3rd down and 6 now. After that wide open play failed, Tasca's going to give it to Dewar, and Dewar's going to do his magic to the right side. He goes nowhere. They jam him down. A nice play there. Attack up, I believe, is Mr. Michaels, I believe, on that tackle.
Yeah, so another decision here for the South team. Another 4th down. This is a 3rd 4th down that we've seen.
So it's 4th down and 10. Call a loss of 4 there.
Looks like their offense is going to stay on the field, Mark.
Yeah, they're kind of in no man's land here. Even if you did punt it,
Right.
personally, I would punt though. I try to play the field position game, but they're going to go for it here. Let's see what they come up with on a 4th and 10 call. Second 4th down try now for this Williamsville South team. Task in the shotgun. Dewar goes in motion behind him. Looked like he might swing it the other way, and he does. It's Zachary. Zachary goes. He's tough to bring down. Picks up 5. That's not enough. They turn it over in downs.
Another great job by the Kenmore West defense. That almost looked like a play that they watch in video. That they've maybe seen before because they all stayed home on the screen. Really nice play by the Blue Devil defense. I may have, if you're going to go for it in that kind of no man's land, sometimes you see them almost go towards the end zone, and it almost ends up being the same as a punt if it does get intercepted.
Right.
They try to win for the 1st down, and Kenmore West holds again.
So he actually picked up about 6 yards on that run, but either way, it's Ken West ball here. Connor Walker hands it off to Atkins. Atkins looking for some room. He has room. And he spins out, picks up about 12 yards.
Mark, this kid Atkins, he's got college-like running back vision.
He does.
You see him run, and his head is like on a swivel, just going back and forth looking for holes, and he cuts back to these holes. He is really a special runner.
Atkins gets the carry again on a delayed handoff, picked up a yard, and that was it.
Yeah, so you had some miscommunication there. That was either on the center or the quarterback, but you saw that half the line went and half the line didn't. That's usually on the center. That's coming from a quarterback, so I'm a little biased, but definitely some miscommunication there. And you see Jabari Lee checking in on offense for the first time now.
Yeah, Lee's checks in, 6'8". Outstanding player. Let's see if he can get him involved. Besides using him to block. 2nd down and 9. As we come down to that 3:30 mark here. And nowhere to go. Walker's going to get dropped in the backfield. I don't know if that was a broken play or not. And look who came up and got him. Dewar playing 2 ways here for the Billies.
Yeah, they wanted to do a fake to Avery, or to Atkins, I'm sorry. And then they wanted to hit Lee coming across the field, but great defensive job by the Billies.
So call that a sack. And it's going to be 3rd down and 15 here for the Blue Devils. Both teams going back and forth, 2 possessions each. And no score in this one so far. Connor sets his man in motion. Walker's going to fire over the middle, and it was almost intercepted by Dewar. Looking for 34 Britton, but Britton never had a chance in that one.
I would assume we'd probably see the first punt of the game here, Mark.
I would think so, but you never know. And punting should be. Let's see here.
Yeah, that was one of the passes that I think he'd like to have back. If he would have lofted it a little bit instead of the zip, I think he was open there. Try to zip it in there. That just comes with experience. Probably one of those ones you want to try to little bubble pass, a little floater to try to go over the defenders.
Noah Michael standing on his 32-yard line to punt this away. Dewar's back to receive for the Billies. The snap. And the punt is away clean. Dewar's going to have a chance to return it. Takes it from the 26. Crosses the 30. 35. Takes the corner. And he's going to be pushed out of bounds at the 42-yard line. A nice return there. 14 yards, I believe.
Good punt, but he's a dangerous kid to punt to. I'd be nervous. Dewar is extremely fast, and he fielded it clean, but good job by the Kenmore West punting there to field it.
16-yard return there, so 1st and 10 from their own 42 to start their 3rd possession here. And once again, the fans still filing in here very slowly for this Class C playoff game. Tasca waits for the snap. Man in motion. It's going to give it jet sweep left side. That's Graves on the move. Graves, and he puts his head down after taking a hit, but picked up about 7 yards.
So good job there by the offensive line there. Let him get to the outside. Brings up 2nd down. Both offenses have already threatened the other team's defenses. Both teams kind of a bend don't break type of defense. West already down to about the 15-yard line of South, and then South basically had a touchdown. The receiver was wide open, one's able to come up with it. So far 0-0, 2 minutes left in the first quarter.
Well, I had a text about an hour before the ball game. Is maybe a 3-touchdown victory here. I don't know about that. Both teams kind of tight here. Maybe getting the butterflies out a little bit. The give on the ground, that's Zachary, and Zachary makes a couple of guys miss, and boy, that was a nice run there for Nathaniel Zachary. Picked up about 22 yards on that carry. So that's a first down for the Billies.
Nathaniel Zachary, the senior, also carried the ball 62 times, so 127 rushes before this game for Dewar, but Zachary run the ball quite a bit too with 62 carries already this year.
And 10 touchdowns.
And 10 for 480 yards. So got a little bit of a thunder and lightning type with those two.
Yeah, nice mixture for the Billies. Yes. So it's 1st and 10 from the 33-yard line. Here we go. Waynesville South looking to strike first here. Tasca back in the shotgun once again. Gives it. No, he's going to take it himself. Tasca takes a big hit. Somebody laid the lumber to him. He's okay.
And that's the one we talked about. Number 34, Jason Britton, the big 6-foot, 260-pound linebacker. It's a big hit right there.
And one of the Ken West kids shaking up there, number 21. It looks like Hunter Gore comes off the field. And they might have to look at him. He's limping a little bit. He took the brunt of that hit. He's going to have to try to shake that one off down here on the Ken West sideline. So it's 2nd down and call it a long, well, 2nd down and 5 for the Billies. That clock continues to tick away here. Under 30 seconds left in this quarter. Quick moving quarter. Tasca looks, fires, has his man, and it completes it down around the 10-yard line. It's Brian Everett. And that's going to be a first down as we come down to just 11 seconds left here. They'll put it down at the 8-yard line.
Yeah, I think they'll run the quarter out, and Waynesville South will have a 1st and goal to start the 2nd quarter.
All right, after 1 quarter play, no score here between Waynesville South and Ken West. You're listening and watching Varsity High School Playoff Football on WNYFlex.com. We'll be right back.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. Get started today at howardhanna.com.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA, with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs.
Avoiding care can lead to worse problems. Don't delay care. We're here for you. Western New York Immediate Care provides quick, quality care for non-emergent injuries and illnesses. Go to WNYImmediatecare.com for more information.
All right, back to live action here to start the 2nd quarter. And it's Zachary heading to the corner. He's going to try to get in. He's going to be stopped short around the 2-yard line. Nathaniel Zachary with another nice carry, Tim.
Yeah, he's definitely their go-to guy when it gets down to the goal line mark, like you mentioned earlier. All the touchdowns as he has 10 touchdowns on the year before this game. So brings up second and goal from about the 2-yard line.
Well, let's see what they do here. They're probably going to try power running it. Get that ball in the end zone there. Griffin Oots checks in, number 18 for the Billies. Tasca calls the play. They break the huddle. Here they come. Looking to get the first score of this playoff Class A game. Tasca checks back with his bench. Looks over to defense. Gives it on the run. Dewar, did he get in? He did. He broke the play into the goal. Dewar scores, and our first touchdown of the game goes to the Billies.
Nice end around there by Christian Dewar, the star running back for the Billies. Puts the Williamsville South Billies on the board for 6-0.
What a Ken West players, they don't think he got in. They're very upset over there in the corner, but you got to stop them. Reed Leismester didn't think he got in, number 13. But they're going to put it down on the board as 6. And they're going to go for an extra point attempt here. And the try it is Max Voyer, the kicker for the Billies, the right-footed kicker for Williamsville South. A snap, the spot, the kick, it's up, it's on its way, and it is good. So with 11:09 left in this first half, 7-0 Williamsville South. And Tim?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about, keeping the Williamsville South offense off the field. 0-0 first quarter. Both teams had a chance to score, but, both in, each other's red zone. But Williamsville strikes first blood, making it 7-0. Let's see if Kemmer West can bounce back here and get a drive of their own going.
In Class A last night, a big upset, of course, Hamburg beating Grand Island in overtime, 13-7. No one saw that coming.
Yeah, great football game. It was 0-0 through 3 quarters. Rainy day, cold night. That's an old school football game there. Grand Island, one of the hotter teams going into last night, but Hamburg said not tonight. It was a great football game and tough. Tough for Grand Island to go out like that, in overtime. But Hamburg will be moving on.
I get ready for this kickoff from Williamsville South. Voyer steps into it, high kick, end over end, and on a return across the 25-yard line, 35, 30, 40, tries to get the outside, 45. We got a penalty flag back at the 20-yard line, so it looks like a push from behind is going to bring this thing back. Great return there, nullified by a penalty.
Yeah, I never want to criticize the refs, Mark. I really don't, but I wish I could see the replay on that because I didn't see that live. They're calling a block in the back. It looked like the flag was thrown a bit late to me.
Yeah.
Because it looked like the runner was already past about the 30-yard line when they threw it back to the 20.
Right.
So, again, another tough call, on Kemler West. That's 2 huge penalties already on the Blue Devils.
No home cooking here today with these officials. So they're going to march this one back. That wiped out a beautiful 46-yard return.
And what's so huge about that, Mark, is when you don't have a huge, a high-powered, offense where you can throw the ball over the field, trying to go 85, 90 yards, that's a tall task, especially against a good defense like Williamsville South.
Well, they bring it back to the 13-yard line, and that's where Ken West will set up shop. 1st and 10 from their own 13. On the give from Walker, they spin it out to Atkins, and Atkins is brought down, and he lost yardage. Loss of 2.
Yeah, good job by the junior linebacker Luke Coppola, number 54. Anytime you can bring down Atkins by him, solo tackle, that's a job well done right there.
So Atkins, who had 49 yards coming in before that play, loses 3. It's 2nd and 13. But you're right, Tim. If you can't throw the ball effectively, that's a long way to go. Connor Walker looks over at John Haynes, the coach. Gets to play, looks over to defense. Under center, hands it off. Atkins once again. He's just trying to bust a big one, he is. He brings that one out to the 16-yard line. He picks up 6 yards there.
So big 3rd down here for Kemmer West. Back towards your own end zone. 3rd down and 8, like we talked about before. Not the passing game, not one of their stronger strengths this season. So a huge 3rd and 8 here for Kemmer West.
Tasca under center with 3 running backs in the backfield. There goes Britton in motion. Now they'll pitch it out to Atkins. He's got some room out there. Oh, what a great tackle. Brought down from behind, and I believe it's Brad Evett, and Evett ran him down, tackled him.
Yeah, another solo tackle on Atkins. Bringing up a huge 4th down. You have to punt.
Absolutely.
You know, it's about 4th and 5, but if you don't get it, you know, you're basically giving South a touchdown by giving them on the 20-yard line. But they are lining up to go for it.
It looks like it, but I think he might be the old pooch punter, Varun, and a quick kick, and he gets it away. Not very deep. It's going to go. Oh, it comes back, takes a Billy's bounce. So what a drive start. And now more flags as we've got some more chippiness down there around the 33-yard line. Let's sort this out.
If this is on West, you know, the coaching staff has to get control. This can't happen.
That was why the players were running down the field to cover that punt. Let's wait for the call here. Personal foul against Ken West. So the Blue Devils are snake bit here, Tim.
Yeah, I mean, it just, you know, you're already starting the ball on on the 45-yard line, and now you're getting 15 more yards. You know, I understand you got a few calls that didn't go your way, but you got to control yourself. You know, this is the playoff game. This is win or go home. You got to control your emotions. It's a huge part of this game. You know, and you can't give up cheap yards like that.
15 yards brings that ball all the way back to her own 30-yard line. So Williamsville South in great shape here. 1st and 10. Tasca in the shotgun, sends Dewar in motion, gives it to Dewar, left side, and he's going to be forced out of bounds, picked up a couple yards there, and that was it. Actually, give him 1 yard. So pretty good defense over there.
Yeah, good job by the Cameron West cornerback staying home, just kind of going parallel to the line of scrimmage and able to push him out of bounds.
So actually, they are going to give him a yard. So the ball's at the 29-yard line. You talk about a time for defensive stand, Tim. This is it.
Yeah, I mean, this is, you know, this kind of stand can turn the ball, you know, turn the whole ball game around. So really big task here for the Cameron West defense.
Tasca back in the shotgun once again. Sends Dewar in motion. Fake the handoff to Dewar. He's going to throw. Look to the corner. Has his man back there, and that's a touchdown. It was caught on the fly.
Great thrown ball.
Brett Johnson with his 3rd touchdown of the year.
Yeah, great pass by B.J. Tasca. You know, the senior quarterback threw it right in the corner of the end zone. Only his receiver could get it. The cornerback did turn around right at the last second. Probably turned around a second too early. Probably lost the ball and then dropped right in the receiver's hands. So great play by the quarterback and receiver for Williamsville South, taking a huge 13-0 lead.
Tasca to Johnson for 6, and now the extra point from Voyer here. Let's see what happens on this play. Tasca to hold. And the snap, the spot, the kick. And it is good. And just like that, taking advantage of a big personal foul penalty, cash it in, 29-yard touchdown catch, Tasca to Johnson. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back here at NewYorkAthletics.com after these commercial messages.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to HowardHanna.com. Ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. Get started today at HowardHanna.com.
Avoiding care can lead to worse problems. Don't delay care. We're here for you.
We're back live here. It's getting ready for this kickoff. And we're going to get this quarter restarted here again. And it's Voyer boots a high kick, real high, and that's going to go through the end zone and out of the end zone. Tim?
Real quick, the rights to this broadcast have been granted by Section 6, representing more than 90 senior high schools who participate annually in Section 6 sponsored athletic competition. Any rebroadcast or republication of this programming without written consent of Section 6 is strictly prohibited.
All right, so the ball will be out at the 20-yard line for Kent West. And Tim, what do you do here? You're down 2 scores. You got to start opening it up.
Yeah, this is a huge drive for Cameron West. Outside of one play, they've been in that power eye type of offense the whole time. They are changing it up here. It looks like a little bit, but this is a crucial drive for Cameron West. Got to put some points on the board with 8:43 here left in the second quarter.
Well, Connor Walker's going to hand it off to Britton to start. Britton puts his head down, hammers forward, picked up a couple. So Jason Britton getting the pigskin here for the second time today. But picking up 2-3 yards at a time might not be the answer here.
Yeah, look for him to open up a little bit. You know, maybe get Atkins the ball in some space. You know, maybe on some screens or like a step back type of pass. But you know, I think they definitely want the ball in Atkins' hands. You know, they tried a few times going up the middle through him. So let's see if they can get it to him on the outside.
Well, he's lined up out there on the far right side. Walker looks the other way, throws, it's complete, and a nice catch there. And number 13 on the catch, I believe, Reed Leismester with the grab, and that's going to be a first down for Ken West.
Yeah, good job by the sophomore getting some nice playoff time here as a sophomore, number 13. First completion there, I believe, for Ken West, and a first down.
We'll mark it at the 32-yard line, 1st and 10, Blue Devils. That's just what the doctor ordered for them. They have to get going here as we come down to the 7:45 mark left in this first half. Waiting in the shotgun, a man once again in motion. It's Leemeister. Leemeister didn't go anywhere with it. In fact, he almost lost the ball. They drop him for a 4-yard loss.
Yeah, great job again by the defense of Williamsville South, not being fooled by the end around. And a loss of, it's like a loss of about 4 yards there for Cumberland West. So not the direction Cumberland West wants to be going on. Brings up a 2nd and 14. 7 minutes left here in the second quarter.
Well, the Blue Devils struggling offensively. At times they look good, and at other times they don't. And once again, I'm surprised.
First drive, Mark, they went right down the field. Did get stopped on about the 6-7 yard line, but Atkins ran right up and down the field, just like kind of as we expected. But South defense holding him since.
Walker on the move. He's going to keep it now. Walker, he's nailed at the 29-yard line and driven down hard. A couple of different players in on that tackle. One of them was Yvette. Brad Yvette on a nice
really
tackle.
Impressive, the South defense. They close on these holes really fast. And, the quarterback looked like he had some room there. And the South defenders just closed that gap super fast. And he took a hard hit there. So brings up a huge third down here for Cumberland West. 3rd and long.
Almost looked like Walker was running in slow motion there.
Yeah.
So 3rd down and 12 for the Blue Devils. As this clock quickly works its way down halfway through this second quarter. Walker gets the snap, back to pass, looks, he's going to throw a wobbler up there, and it's caught, but they're going to give him the catch. They're going to give him the catch down at the 45-yard line.
Great play there. Great play there by Reed Lessenmeister. Not a great thrown ball. Looked like it slipped out of his hand a little bit. Was kind of one of those wobbly ducks.
Wow.
But nonetheless got there, and a huge catch by the sophomore with both catches that he's had so far. So now Cumberland West going back to the power I, trying to get some room here.
1st and 10 from their own 45-yard line. Fumbles the ball on the ground. They just got a fall on it. It'll lose 2, maybe 3. Let's see what I spotted. Loss of 2. And a fumble on the exchange, Tim.
That's the second little bit of miscommunication between the center and the quarterback. We saw one earlier. It wasn't a fumble, but it threw off the timing of the play. This time was a fumble. Cumberland West lucky that they did fall on it.
So 2-yard loss. Makes it 2nd and 12. And once again, they keep going back and forth, this Ken West team. No consistency in their offense. And yet they come up with big 3rd down conversion after 3rd down conversion. Try to stay in this game down 14-0. The big man is in the game right now. Jariah Lees looks and picks up looks like a mouthpiece. That Connor Walker's mouthpiece is back on the 26-yard line. Walker now is going to turn and hand it off. And Evans slips out and slips up over the 45. So back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd down and 10. Once again, another long 3rd down try.
Yeah, and you see, outside of the first drive, Mark, the defensive line for Williamsville South is winning the trenches battle against Cumberland West. They're getting pushed back, which is not giving Atkins any room to make any maneuvers. The first drive, Cameron West was pushing him back, and Atkins was able to look for some holes and make some space. But really good job by the Williamsville South defensive line going against a pretty big offensive line for Cameron West here, too.
The pitch out to Atkins, right side, nowhere to go. Nowhere at all to go. They surround him and they drop him. He lost about a half a yard, so it's going to be out 4th down.
And it's the same thing what I just mentioned, Mark. If you watch the play, as soon as the ball is snapped, the entire black jerseys are just about 3 yards back. You can't run the ball successfully when your offensive line is getting pushed back. So again, great job by the big bodies for Williamsville South. Really winning the trench battle, and you talked about earlier, the game's still won and lost in the trenches. I don't care how much you pass the ball; it's still gonna be that way. And brings up another punting situation for Cameron West to give it back to this high-powered offense of Williamsville South.
Noah Michael back to punt here. Waiting on the snap. It's a clean snap. The punt is away, and Dewar's going to have another great chance to return at 25-30. Jukes stops and made a mistake there. Now we got finally a holding call is going to go against Williamsville South here.
You sure?
Well, let's see. I'm not sure, but
said it like 3 times, and we've been wrong all 3 so far.
I think ahead of as he stopped Dewar. Let's wait for this call. There it is. Holding.
We got one.
Yeah,
we got one.
Ahead of Dewar, a player was held up. Dewar stopped.
I think it was the first penalty called on South today. I think every penalty has been on West so far.
Yes, sir. They'll mark it back to the 28-yard line. Excuse me, 23-yard line. With 3:31 left in this first half, they're up 14-0. They'd like another 7.
Yeah, I would say this is the biggest defensive, drive for Cameron West. You can't go down 3 touchdowns, before the end of the half. So a huge drive here for the defense for Cameron West.
And the give right side is to another penalty down. So we're going to have another holding call, I bet. And Zachary tiptoed his way down the sideline, made the most out of that carry. But
flag definitely in the area of a hold. Mark, I think you're right on this one again.
I think they nailed, let's see, number 10, Max Graves, for holding there on the outside, and they got him.
So 2 penalties in a row for South. Now they find themselves going backwards a little bit.
It's kind of like a hockey game, getting it evened out a little bit here.
So bring up a 1st and 20 for Williamsville South.
Well, it's marked from the spot. So
8-yard penalty, okay.
It's brought back to the 15-yard line. It was the line of scrimmage was the 23, so really it's still a 10-yard penalty, but it was from the spot of the foul. So it'll be first down and 18 for the Billies. Zachary in the backfield with Tasca. Waits on the snap, looks, spins, throws. It was deflected, I believe.
Yeah, great job there by, again, we mentioned earlier, Hezekiah Mercado, the sophomore defensive lineman, get his hands up, able to knock down the ball. Big kid, sophomore, 6'2", 322 pounds. Woo.
Mama, don't hide the ham dinner.
That's a big boy, so for a sophomore especially.
He's going to have a couple more nice years here with this Ken West team. Well, that'll bring up 2nd down and 18 here. And what Ken West really needs is a turnover somehow. Either an interception or a fumble recovery, but they've got to get this ball back and try to get something on the board before the half ends. Tasca back to pass, looks, flips it out to Dewar in the flat. Dewar crosses the 15, 20, 25, and goes out of bounds at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, that's a tackle that Jackson Gallivan has to make. He had him for about a 1 or 2 yard gain only, and then I say that, but Dewar's an excellent runner, and it's tough to tackle someone one-on-one space. But great job by Dewar, winning that one-on-one battle there, and bringing up a 3rd and manageable here as opposed to what it would have been.
Well, they got 3rd and 3. It should be 3rd and 3. They got 3rd and 4 on the score clock, but it looks like 3rd and 3. They need to get to just inside the 33-yard line for first. So let's see what they come up with. That clock ticking down. Tasca waits, and we've got a jumped off sides play. Another big penalty against Ken West. That's going to cost him a 1st down. 5 yards.
That just can't happen. That is have a chance to stall a play, get a 4th down, and you give them a free 1st down. You just can't do that. Those are just things that are, we mentioned earlier, things that, you know, Coach Hane's going to go crazy about. That might even trump the one from earlier. You know, to give them a free 1st down and, you know, and keep the drive going with 3 minutes left is just can't do it in a playoff game.
No, sir. Tasca now with 3 receivers out right, 1 out left. Checks back with his coach, Craig Kajansky. Now Dewar moves to the opposite side of him. It's back to pass again. Tasca looking, pressure, and they're going to push him out of bounds. They'll pick up a 2-yard loss there, actually.
And you notice, Mark, that, you know, we talked about earlier, you know, Jabari's lead presence on the defensive line. Williams-South knows that. 2 guys almost blocking him almost every play, and you see every pass play that the running back is at least chipping him, if not staying back. And you saw a really good job there by Dewar staying back and double teaming Lee there to give his quarterback a little bit of time there.
They lost a yard, so it's 2nd down and 11. And this game has gone through so many swings here, Tim, back and forth and for momentum. And finally a timeout is going to be called here. We're going to take a timeout as well. You're listening and watching Varsity High School Playoff Football at WNYathletics.com. We'll be right back.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to HowardHanna.com. Ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. Get started today at HowardHanna.com.
Avoiding care can lead to worse problems. Don't delay care. We're here for you.
All right, back here at Crosby Field. 3:01 remaining in this first half. 14-0 Waynesville South. They've got the ball, and they've got a tough 2nd down and 11 coming up, Tim.
Yeah, big play here for the Cameron West defense. You know, got a yard loss there in the last play, so gave them the free 1st down. Let's see if they can get something big going here before the end of the half.
Tasca once again in the shotgun. Takes it, faked the handoff, throws it, has his man wide open down there. That's Brett Johnson, who caught the touchdown pass.
Yeah, another really nice job by PJ Tasca. You know, keeping the Cameron West defense on their heels by some fake end arounds and then turn around, throwing a really nice zip out pattern for another 1st down for the Billies.
In my book, that's called taking advantage of a good timeout call.
Yeah, absolutely.
Coming up with that play. So it's 1st and 10 from their own 46-yard line. And once again, they're on the move with plenty of time here. 2 timeouts left. Back to pass. Tasca looks, fires, has his man Dewar, and he spins around and spins out to about the 46-yard line. They're going to mark him down at the 47. So it'll be 2nd down and 3 for the Billies.
2:40 left, clock running. I believe Cameron West will get the ball to start the 3rd quarter, so I'm sure South would like to punch it in here, you know, before the end of the half, you know, and then have to kick off to Cameron West to start the 3rd quarter.
Some way Ken West is going to have to somehow try to take this ball away here. They cannot allow another touchdown in this half. Waiting on the snap and the shotgun. And that's actually, it was Dewar's. That ball's up in the air, and here's a chance. Oh, and it's caught down there.
Geez.
What a play. Johnson comes up with it, and he'll go out of bounds around the 31-yard line or so. A deflected pass, a little trickery play there. Dewar to Tasca, and then it was caught.
That might be a sign it might be your day, Mark. You know, when you get they tried this play earlier, and they had the receiver wide open. They dropped it. But that time, the Cameron West defense does a really nice job, knocks the ball away, you know, hits the arm of the receiver who threw it, and it still is completed by Williamsville South. That's just a tough break on that one. That's a tough break.
1st and 10 for Williamsville South at the 31-yard line of Ken West. 2:07 left in this first half. Tasca waits on the snap, gives it to Dewar. Dewar shakes, bakes, tries to spin his way out of it. And he is dropped. I don't think he got anything. Nice defensive play there.
You mentioned, Mark, that, you know, Cameron West had to try to get a turnover. I think now it's just keep him out of the end zone. I think where they are right now, I think you'd take 14-0 at the end of the half. And try not to add, go down 20 or 21-0.
Hunter Gore in on that tackle, number 21 for the Blue Devils. So it's 2nd down and 10 for the Billies. Tasca waits on the snap. He's going to fire it over the middle. It was dropped. He had his man down there on the 25-yard line. And it was dropped. That was Yvette that dropped it.
Yeah, good pass there again by Tasca. Steps into his ball nicely. Throws a good ball. That one hit Evick right in the chest, it looked like, but wasn't able to hold on to it. But I'm impressed the way Tasca's throwing the ball. They don't throw too often, but when he does, he throws a really nice, good-looking football.
So it'll be 3rd down and 10. And this is the play you want to make something happen here if you're Ken West. Pressure the quarterback, get something, possibly pick something off. Dewar in motion. And they're going to throw it out to him wide open in the flat. Catches a 20-15, and he goes out of bounds around the 13-yard line. Another nice play. That was a beautifully executed pass out of the flat area.
Yeah, and I think one of the things that, obviously they're doing a lot better. One of the things that Williamsville South is doing better than West is they are getting the ball to Dewar out in open space where Cameron West isn't able to do that to Atkins yet. And you see it just, they're getting the ball through. It's whether it's a reverse, whether it's running the ball, throwing the ball. Dewar is touching the ball constantly. And that's what Cameron West isn't able to do with Atkins so far. And that's the difference so far in the score. And Williamsville South looking to add to their lead here.
So it's 1st and 10 from the 13-yard line. Dewar again in motion. And they fake it, and they get it inside. Zachary, he pounds his way to the corner. And he got down to about the 1-yard line. That's where they stuffed him. That's going to be another 1st down. Zachary's had a couple 10-yard-plus runs. And 1st and goal for the Williamsville South team. And they're knocking on the door again, Tim.
Yeah, now I would almost expect them to kind of take their time at this point because they don't want to give West too much time left when they do score. But on the 1-yard line, 1st and goal again. Coming West a little distraught right now. Williamsville South is taking it to him.
Other scores last night, it was Frontier outscoring Sweet Home last night, Class A, 50-20. Making short work of the Panthers was the Falcons.
Yeah, and tough task for Sweet Home. Obviously, Coach Jerry Zimmer in the hospital. We wish him the best of luck, for a speedy recovery. But Frontier did take it to Sweet Home last night. But we do wish, more importantly than the game, we wish, Coach Zimmer all the best and, prayers his way for sure.
Absolutely. So Ken West in trouble here. About ready to go down by 3 scores. They've somehow got to muster up a stop with 1:16 remaining. They called timeout, figuring they're going to get the ball back, but I would not have called timeout there. On the quick give, and look at the little fancy play, and number 63 is going to run it in. Caleb Krasinski for the touchdown. It was a little fancy play there inside.
Yeah, a play they've ran a few times. He's got 9 carries with 2 touchdowns, so definitely a play they've run before with some success and successful again to go up 20-0 here.
So with 1:11 left in this first half, the extra point upcoming here for the Billies. Max Boyer to kick it. Tasca to hold. Kick is up, and it is good. 21-0 with 1:11 remaining here in this first half of play. We're going to take a quick break here. We'll be right back after these commercial messages.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com. Ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers, we can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. Get started today at howardhanna.com.
Avoiding care can lead to worse problems. Don't delay care. We're here for you.
All right, right, back live here at Crosby Field. 1:11 remaining in this first half. 21-0 Billies, Tim. They're making it look easy so far.
Yeah, min 11. You know, let's see how aggressive Cumberland West is. You know, like we mentioned a few times, you know, the passing attack isn't their strong suit. But I think with 21-0, I think you got to try to be aggressive with a minute 11 yet left. You still have 2 timeouts. I think you got to try to make something happen offensively here.
Big kickoff high, end over end, and that is not going to be returned either as it bounces in the end zone. So it's a touchback. So on the scoring today, it's been Nathaniel Zachary, a 2-yard run. And that Brett Johnson caught a nice 29-yard touchdown pass. And then just recently, Caleb Krasicki with a nice 2-yard run off a counter play. And that's where we're at, 21-0. Billy's out in front.
Yeah, I mean, I realize Cumberland West, you know, they like that power, you know, the power I type of offense. That's been their bread and butter the last few weeks. But, you know, that's an offense you run when you're, you know, a tie score or you're down, you know, up some, you know, some runs here. But you're down 21-0. You got to try to open it up.
Back to pass, and Connor Walker completes it, and down the sideline, rumbling down there on a nice play. He should have went out of bounds. He did not do so. That was Noah Michael on the catch.
Yeah, good job on Michael, you know, making the play. Probably should have stepped out of bounds there, you know, just to try to save the timeout. That the clock does stop in high school to mark the first down, so they are able to get that done.
Walker looked like somebody might have moved early. They got away with it. Walker on the run. Walker looks. Now he's going to throw and throws it to the turf. And that'll stop the clock with 52 seconds left.
Yeah, Walker got away with one there. That is like the quarterback first no. Don't throw across your body to the middle of the field. He did that there, got away with one because the South was almost there for an interception, so he got away with one there. But that is kind of quarterback rule A1 there. Rolling outside, don't throw back across your body to the middle of the field.
Unless you're Josh Allen.
Yeah, even Brett Favre was throwing a lot of interceptions from that one, right?
Yes, sir. Well, it's 2nd down and 10 from the 39-yard line. Ken West desperate to try to score here before the end of this half. Connor Walker in the shotgun. Got Britton next to him. The fake is going to swing it out to Britton, and Britton is nowhere near that ball. That ball is thrown well out of bounds.
The South bringing a lot of pressure here. You know, they're blitzing a lot of linebackers, changing up their defenses, trying to confuse the offense. They're trying to confuse Connor Walker here. You try to float one over the head to the big guy there. Was unable to catch up with that one.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 for the Blue Devils. Taska gets the play, runs back to the huddle. They break the huddle, and here they come. Britton was back in the backfield. Now it's an empty backfield situation. 2 receivers out right. No, Michael was almost leaned too forward there. There's the pass, and it was broken up. Pass intended for Jackson Gallivan, and Gallivan is a little rubber-legged street there, but he appears to be okay. 4th down, and I'm not taking any chances here. I'm punting this ball away.
Yeah, I think you have to. I think you have to punt the ball away and hope Williamsville South, you know, you can hold them to not scoring again.
I mean, 44 seconds left. Say if you burn 8-10 seconds off here, Tim, you're still going to give them the ball and a chance to do something. And they're indeed going to punt. So Noah Michael back at his own 28-yard line to punt this thing out of there. And the question is, you don't want to punt it at Dewar. He's had a couple of nice returns. And he punts it right at Dewar. Dewar takes it at the 29. He's got some room now on the left side. And a nice tackle there. Oh, he stayed on his feet, but a nice play there. I believe it's got on. Now another late flag. Lost a helmet. A player lost her helmet down there. That was Dewar lost his helmet.
Is that another 15 on West? I think it might be.
Holy cow. Talk about shooting yourself in the foot. Good punt coverage there. And here's the call. Another dead ball. Personal foul against Ken West.
That's I think the third personal foul on Cumberland West in the first half. You know, and just you keep shooting yourself in the foot, like you said. You're already down 21-0, and now now where you have the field position with 2 timeouts, I think you're aggressive if he runs well south.
Absolutely.
What do you have to lose at this point? I mean, look for him to open it up here with 2 timeouts. They got the ball right at midfield now with, you just can't do these things. I mean, Commonwealth West I know I'm stating the obvious. I get that. But, 3 personal fouls, one at least looked a little questionable that we saw, but the other 2 were kind of obvious. And, you just can't do this. There's way too many penalties on Commonwealth West against too good of a team.
Looking at Brett Johnson out there on the left side. See if they're going to try to do it. Oh, they're going to swing it out the doors. And they trip him up, so they're going to have to use a timeout here. Dewar picked up about 7, and he's hobbling.
He's hobbling a little bit.
Dewar on the opposite side of the field, trying to shake it off out there. He should have went out of bounds. Instead, they brought him down. So the Billies call timeout here with 16 seconds left.
Yeah, he really picks up some steam, though. Doesn't he, Mark? When he gets the ball, I mean, he is immediately running downhill, and he is fast.
He is fast.
He looks really, really hard to bring down.
Might have tweaked his ankle a bit. We'll have to check on that later here. Well, it looks like he's okay, but he doesn't have to actually come out of the game.
Yeah, hopefully he's okay, because that's a huge focal point of their offense.
Without question. I mean, you lose him.
Yeah.
They're going on here to meet, if they win, it's Jamestown, correct?
That is correct. The winner will roll to Jamestown, who took care of business last night, defeating Lockport.
Huge number there. I believe it was 54 to 7, or I want to say something like that.
It wasn't close. Whatever it wasn't close.
They were up 42-0. That's all I know. And actually, they were up 48-0 at one point. Jamestown, the Red Raiders, waiting the winner of this game. And right now it looks like the Billies are in control here. 16 seconds left. Ball at the 43-yard line. Tasco, now he's got 3 receivers out to the left side. Back to pass. Looks. Being pressured. Now he throws it. Oh, he had his man down there. He overthrew him.
Yeah, that's definitely one that Tasco wish he had back, because number 17, Brad Elvitt was wide open there. Maybe even scored, but there was no one around him, so definitely a pass that the Tasco wish he had left. So only 9 seconds left. That changed things right there for South and what they can do here.
It does, but if you can complete one.
You still have 1 timeout, so you can complete a timeout and then maybe go to the end zone once.
Let's see if they try here. Tasco back to pass, looks, throws to the sideline, and he overthrew Johnson over there on the far side around the 33-yard line. So it's going to be 4th down, which is 4.8 seconds remaining here.
Yeah, so now you got to try to throw to the end zone. I don't know if he can throw it about 45 yards or not, but we'll see. But to see if he can throw it to the end zone and see if they can either get a completion or even a penalty at that point.
Well, you mentioned that a pretty decent arm. Let's find out what kind of arm Mr. Tasco has here. Or they might just decide to run a play as well. But either way, Ken West gets the ball to start the second half. To me, it's an opportunity. I'd take a shot.
Yeah,
personally.
Yeah, me too.
All right, here we go. 4.8 seconds remaining in this half. 21-0. Billy's looking possibly to throw a Hail Mary here. Let's see. 2 men out to each side. Now a man in motion, and now a timeout, I believe, called. Nope, delay game. Called a delay game on Winsville South, and that's not going to help matters any for them. So they'll mark off that 5. Penalties starting to even up a little bit, Tim, but still those 3 personal fouls against Ken West in this first half. Tasco waits on the snap. Officially, it's 4th and 9. Going to try the same play. Why not? Back to pass. Here comes Lee rushing up and then taking off himself. Tasco slides down to the turf, and that's the end of our first half. After 1 half of play, it is Winsville South 21, Ken West no score. You're listening and watching Varsity Playoff High School Football here on WesternNewYorkAthletics.com. We'll be right back.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to HowardHanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. A few clicks will show you the sales price you can expect for your home. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. So if it's time to sell your home, visit howardhanna.com today, and we'll match you with a local Howard Hanna agent to sell your home fast.
I love being home.
If you've been injured in an auto accident, large or small, call 681-4088. RES Physical Medicine and Rehab right away. If you are in pain or just sore, don't take chances. Call RES today and take advantage of their 24 to 48 hour appointment pledge. With no copays, RES will help navigate the confusing world of no-fault insurance with you, so you can concentrate on getting better. 681-4088. RES Physical Medicine and Rehab. The most important call you can make after an auto accident.
Avoiding care can lead to worse problems. Don't delay care. We're here for you. Western New York Immediate Care provides quick, quality care for non-emergent injuries and illnesses. Go to wnyImmediatecare.com for more information.
300 Level Media is a locally owned and operated, multi-purpose media company right here in Western New York. You'll find us everywhere, covering the Bills, Sabres, Buttes, Bisons, Big Four basketball, local college sports, and much more. Our staff offers a variety of media services, from video production, live event coverage, audio broadcasts, professional voiceovers, camera operation, and videography. Visit www.300levelmedia.com or give us a call at 716-427-2600. This is 300 Level Media.
Does he do car? Forget about it. How about home? Forget about it. Does he get good rates? Forget about it. And you're saying there's no problem too big for this guy? Forget about it. Paul, this is Johnny, the guy we've been talking about. Johnny, this is Paul Wolf.
Mr. Wolf, it's nice to meet you. Thank you for the invite.
Not a problem. It's Paul, not Mr. Wolf.
Oh, sorry, Paul.
Johnny, forget about it. For all your insurance needs, call 835-WOLF and...
Why do you exercise? To look better? To feel better? To drop a few pounds? To train for an event? To defy age? Or to keep your ability to say yes to the things you love to do? Whatever motivates you, G&G Fitness Equipment is here to get you there. Treadmills, ellipticals, rowers, bikes, home gyms, and accessories. We'll pair you with the right equipment, teach you how to use it, and be there every step of your fitness journey. G&G Fitness. Your goal is our goal.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA, with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. A few clicks will show you the sales price you can expect for your home. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. So if it's time to sell your home, visit howardhanna.com today, and we'll match you with a local Howard Hanna agent to sell your home fast.
I love being home.
If you've been injured in an auto accident, large or small, call 681-4088. RES Physical Medicine and Rehab right away. If you are in pain or just sore, don't take chances. Call RES today and take advantage of their 24 to 48-hour appointment pledge. With no copays, RES will help navigate the confusing world of no-fault insurance with you, so you can concentrate on getting better. 681-4088. RES Physical Medicine and Rehab. The most important call you can make after an auto accident.
Avoiding care can lead to worse problems. Don't delay care. We're here for you. Western New York Immediate Care provides quick, quality care for non-emergent injuries and illnesses. Go to wnyImmediatecare.com for more information.
Does he do car? Forget about it. How about home? Forget about it. Does he get good rates? Forget about it. And you're saying there's no problem too big for this guy? Forget about it. Paul, this is Johnny, the guy we've been talking about. Johnny, this is Paul Wolf.
Mr. Wolf, it's nice to meet you. Thank you for the invite.
Not a problem. It's Paul, not Mr. Wolf.
Oh, sorry, Paul.
Johnny, forget about it. For all your insurance needs, call 835-WOLF and...
Why do you exercise? To look better? To feel better? To drop a few pounds? To train for an event? To defy age? Or to keep your ability to say yes to the things you love to do? Whatever motivates you, G&G Fitness Equipment is here to get you there. Treadmills, ellipticals, rowers, bikes, home gyms, and accessories. We'll pair you with the right equipment, teach you how to use it, and be there every step of your fitness journey. G&G Fitness. Your goal is our goal.
Oh, yeah. Oh, awesome. All right, back here, halftime between Ken West and Williamsville South. Mark Johnson with Tim Shiva. Tim, we got some stats up there for us.
Yeah, well, you know, offensively, obviously, it's all Williamsville South up 21-0. Throwing the ball, they are 9 of 15 for 132 yards. Rushing the ball, it looks like they have 90 yards rushing. And then Kemmer West, tough offensive half. Only 3 completions for 25 yards, and then 56 yards rushing. So, nonetheless, tough first half for Kemmer West. I mean, that's, you know, definitely not what Coach Haynes had in mind, you know, before the start of this game, and a near perfect half for Williamsville South.
55 of those 56 yards for the man Jermaine Atkins, but Atkins has not been able to get on track, and basically you touched on earlier, Tim. They have to get him out in space. They have to find a way to get him the ball away from this defensive line and linebacking crew of the Billies. And it's the only way they're going to be successful. Now they're down 21 points. I mean, I know you love to run the ball, but it's time to start stretching the field a little bit.
Yeah, and Mark, you mentioned that he has 55 yards, but I think probably 50 were on the first drive. Right. He ran right up and down the field the very first drive. They got down to the Williamsville South maybe 5 or 6 yard line, and then the South defense stepped up, held them 4 times in a row. So really, great job of the Williamsville South, defense. And we mentioned earlier, the defensive line for Williamsville South has been pushing back the offensive line for Kemmer West. And when you are a running team like Cameron West is, you can't have your offensive line in your face, in your running back's face, being pushed back 3 yards. And it's been crucial, for Cameron West's lack of success. And the little things like that, the defensive line, they're not going to get all the, the love and the box score type of, recognition. But they are winning this game right now for Williamsville South. They are pushing back the Cameron West offensive line, and that's why the Cameron West offense has been stagnant so far.
Well, I hate to get ahead of ourselves a little bit here, but how do you see this Williamsville South team challenging Jamestown?
Well, I mean, if things stay the way they are, I mean, obviously they'll still have another full half. But, if it was going to be Jamestown and Williamsville South, I think that's the matchup that probably Williamsville South hoped to get to all season long. After losing that close game, the second game of the season, they have not looked back since then. It's hard. It's really hard to say, Mark, because Jamestown is so explosive, so powerful. It's hard to see any team staying with them. But I think when you have that high powered of an offense, it's kind of cliche. I get that, but if you can get a team that can keep that offense off the field, and we saw that last year when Jamestown basically rolled everybody and then ran into South Park in the playoffs and basically got beat up by South Park. South Park pushed them around,
right.
Which that was probably it was the most physical team that Jamestown saw all year. So I think you got to maybe a little bit of a blueprint, if there is one to beat Jamestown, it is to kind of, punch them in the mouth and kind of go. But, the key to, playing a team like that, obviously, it's very obvious. Keep that offense off the field because that quarterback's one of the best in Western New York.
All right, your head coach of Ken West, John Haynes, what did you tell your kids at halftime?
Forget the first half. First and foremost, you got to keep your heads cool. I mean, first personal foul penalties, that's 45 yards in the wrong direction right there without anything else. You only have about 100 yards of total offense, and you've given them back 45 just alone on penalties, and that's just the personal fouls. That's not just the jumping off sides on, 4th and 2, and then they jumped off sides, gave them a free first down. So it's a lot of little things, that it's really just, you got to forget it. You got to put it in the past. You got to keep your cool, and you got to chip away at this. There's no 21-yard play. You get the ball first. That first drive is crucial. You got to come down. You got to score on the first drive, make it a 2-score game, and you got to somehow get back in this game in the fourth quarter with some time left. You got to chip away at it.
We're watching Connor Walker, the quarterback for the Blue Devils, warm up down there. They're really going to have to rely on the seniors' leadership in this half.
Yeah, he's going to have to throw a little bit. That's not that hasn't been their recipe for success. In the games that they have won. But when you do find yourself, down 21-0, he's going to have to open up a little bit, and he's going to have to step up here and put the team on his shoulders a little bit. But you mentioned earlier, Mark, they got to find a way to get the ball to Atkins in some space, and I think that's one of the biggest differences of the offensive play calls, for Cumberland West and South is getting the ball to Drewer in all aspects of the game, whether it's on a reverse, whether it's running the ball, whether it's in a screen, or whether it's throwing it to him. He is touching the ball constantly for Williamsville South, and Atkins just kind of running the ball, up the gut a few times. And if it doesn't work, they kind of just, go away from it.
Speaking of Durer, I was watching him across the sideline warming up. He looked like he tweaked an ankle right there at the end of the first half. He appears to be okay. He had no problems warming up. I'm sure he's going to stay in the ball game. But as you can see, he's lifting up that right ankle over there, so they might step away from him a little bit, but with that 21-point lead. But if you're Ken West, you've got to start making things happen. And one of the targets I'm looking for is Noah Michael, number 88. He's a big 6'4", 220-pound senior. He's caught one pass today.
Was the longest pass play of the game too. Right at with about a minute left in the second quarter, he caught a pass. It was about a 20-yard gain. We thought he should have stepped out of bounds, but that's okay. Try to make a play. But you're right. He's a big target. So sometimes if a quarterback is struggling, you want to try to make some easy passes, whether some slants or some out patterns. And a big tight end like that is a good target to throw the ball to. But you got to get your quarterback some confidence. You got to get them some 2-yard drops with a 3-yard slant or a 5-yard slant. Try to get the ball to their athletes in some space. because the best medicine for a quarterback that hasn't had a lot of success is get him some easy passes and let your players make plays for him.
No question about it. 21-0 Williamsville South out in front here as we get ready to start the second half. Ken West will get the ball first, and they have to do something with it. A nice kickoff return would definitely help here as Atkins goes back to return this kick for the Blue Devils. And as we mentioned, number 28, the kicker, Max Voyer, tees it up. He's booted the last two out of the end zone. Let's see what he does here on this one as we get ready to start the second half. Voyer steps toward the ball, and he booms another one. And this one, again, is going to go through the back of the end zone, out of play, and it's a touchback for Ken West.
I got to say, Mike, I don't, maybe it won't mean anything. I don't love the atmosphere on the Cumberland West sideline right now. They kind of seem a little bit out of it right now.
Yeah, a little complacent.
Yeah, they're not. I don't want to say they're giving up. I don't mean that, but they got to get going a little bit. Give themselves a chance. You're not out of this game. Yes, it's 3 scores, and you had a horrible first half, but you get 1 score and then a stop, and you're back in this game. But you got to get going a little bit. Some of these kids, it's their last game they're ever going to play.
Right.
A lot of these seniors, there isn't a lot of college players out there right now.
Yeah,
so these are seniors. It could be their last game. You got to get up, get some emotion going here.
Well, here we go. 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line, and they're going to hand it off again. Atkins tries to get to the outside. He's going to get about 5-6 yards there. And they spin him out around the 27-yard line, so give him 7. The other thing is, Tim, here, we're at Ken West home field, not a lot of crowd noise.
Yeah. For such a big school, the crowd's kind of out of it.
Right.
But not a huge student body section like you see at like a Canisius game or a St. Francis game.
Or North or
exactly.
whatever.
That's a bit frustrating. I know that's nothing the Cumberland West players or staff can do about that, but I'm sure that's a bit frustrating.
Last week it was jamming here for this Ken East, Ken West game. Both stands were packed, 2 bands, plenty of action, plenty of noise. Got to make something happen here. Atkins on the ground again. He's going to get the first down. Nice stiff arm. And he got away with it. It was a beautiful stiff arm there. Picked up a first down there on that run.
Great, strong play. You see the strength there of Atkins. Single-handedly getting, moving the ball forward for the Cumberland West Blue Devils. Give them the first down, and you see they're going right back to what they started with. This is the power high-running offense.
The give again to Atkins, left side. Atkins makes a nice move. Oh, he's dropped there. That was a nice play. Everett came up and got him. But not before he picked up another, 8 yards. So Atkins on 3 straight plays. They get the ball out to the 39-yard line. 2nd down and 2. Now maybe take a shot now?
Normally, yes. Normally, I guess I would say that. It looks like they're going to run Atkins into the ground, though, at some point. But you see Lee out there, again, on offense. They like to run him out for a tight end screen.
Atkins looks for somewhere to go. Nowhere to go there. They drop him right at the 38-yard line, so he lost a yard. Let's see if they put it back at the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to say he got back to the line of scrimmage, so no gain on that play. 3rd down and 2. You can only go to well so many times. I want to make a prediction here. The big man Britton's going to get the ball here on the quick hitter. 3rd down, long 2. Nope, they're going to stay with Atkins. Atkins is swarmed underneath. He had nowhere to go. The defensive line collapsed on him.
Yeah, not a ton of creativity here in the Cumberland West offense, really not changing anything up at all. Eventually the Williamsville South defense is going to know you're just going to run the same play over and over again. They're going to stop it. And now, again, a 4th down and 3, a crucial 4th down because they're going to go for it. If you don't get it, you're giving the ball to Williamsville South offense at your own 39-yard line unless you get a couple yards. But huge 4th down play. But, again, Cumberland West coming out of half, doing exactly the same things they did in the first half, but didn't work.
4th down and 2 for Ken West. And they're going to pitch it out, right side. Atkins looks like he's going to have enough as he gets to the corner and gets out of bounds, goes flying into the bench, goes jumping over the bench. And that's a big first down there. Once again.
I do like the call of getting him out in space, going to the far side, letting your athlete try to make a play. They tried running up the middle the last 2 plays, so at least getting him out in a pitch pattern and getting out on the far side letting him make a play. So big first down there for Cumberland West to try to keep the drive running.
Ball's placed at the 44-yard line, their own 44, 1st and 10.
Atkins' hands are on his hips right now. So, I mean, you give him the ball that many times, he's going to get tired. He plays both ways, too.
That's 4 straight carries, make it 5. Atkins, cross midfield, roped and brought down hard there. Number 10 on that tackle, that's Max Graves, came up and got him down, and now he's slow to get up. Atkins is on his knees down. I mean, he can only go to the well so many times. He slowly makes his way to the bench. I mean, 5 straight carries. And he's going to come out of this ball game. So I give him 8 yards on that carry.
It's going to be 2nd down and 2 for the Blue Devils.
So that brings in Reed Lesmeister at running back, it looks like. He had a couple nice catches in the first half.
84 yards now unofficially for Atkins on the ground as he takes a break here. Quick hitter and a nice play, as that's, I believe, that is Galvin, number 2, Jackson Galvin.
Yeah, his first carry of the game. Nice job by number 2 there, Jackson Galvin. You see a little momentum here for the offense for Cumberland West, pushing them back a little bit here. So offensive line stepping up here for Cumberland West, which is nice to see. They didn't do that at all in the first half. So nice job by the offensive line getting off the ball and pushing them back.
1st and 10 from the 39 of the Billies. Walker mishandled the snap and was lucky to pick up a few yards out of it. Got some positive yards. That ball's free again. Walker looks like he's dinged up a little bit. He's okay.
Looks like West got a little lucky. Looks like the big lineman downfield jumped on the ball. So a break there for Cumberland West because that was a disaster there.
Andrew Burgess jumped on at number 52. Tremendous break. So instead of just a 5-yard carry, it turns out to be a 9-yard gain.
2nd and 1, Atkins back in the game here.
Ken West in a must-score situation here. As that clock continues to run inside 8 minutes. The pitch out, left side, Atkins, they bury him again. And he lost some yards there. So Avelt came up and got him. Loss of 2. Now bring up 2nd down and a long 4 here.
1 yard.
Actually, it's a
1 yard.
1 yard
yeah,
loss.
So you get two downs to get 1 yard here. You know, I wouldn't hate a quarterback sneak if there was a little gap he can dive forward in.
Well, it's 3rd and 2 right now, so let's see what they come up with here.
Maybe here's your call for the big guy here.
Well, they're going to give it to Atkins again. He's going to push forward, and they're going to stack him up again. And he might be out of gas. I know he's a great athlete, but they've hammered away with him here. That's the 7th carry this half.
But again, just constantly trying to go up the gut, you know, over and over again. Just not a lot of creativity here. So brings up another 4th down and another crucial play here for Cumberland West. It's going to be tough to keep having success on 4th downs over and over. You don't want to get to that point.
So they pitch this thing out to the right side this time. The Billies might snuff it out. Let's see what they try. Now they're going to go left side. Nice move. Did he get it? He leaned forward. Did the ball come free? I don't think he got there. Well, let's see where they spot it. It looks like the one official has him right on the 29-yard line.
It's close, Mark. I think they got the first down. I think they got the first down.
And they give it to him. 1st and 10, Blue Devils. Boy, they needed that one.
Whew, that was a nail biter there. That was close. I thought they'd at least measure that one maybe, but
I thought
that was all Atkins too. That was just a heart of Atkins there. You see that he's out. He's tired. His hands are on his hips. Give him the ball constantly. That was just put his head down and just try to bull forward for 2 yards. Kid is running as hard as he possibly could. Got to give him some credit.
So it's 1st and 10. Kenmore West on this opening drive, and there's Britton, the first man through. They were waiting for him. Might have picked up a yard, maybe 2. We got a man down there. He's slow to get up. That's Andrew Burgess, and Burgess is finally up on his feet.
I wouldn't hate a play action type here. You know, I wouldn't. You know, you try to go to Atkins about 12 times here in the last 12 plays. Maybe fake to him once and try to dump it over their heads. You are down 3 scores. You might want to try something, but
Well, they've got Noah Michael lined up out there on the right side.
Maybe look for Lee as a, shooting out here from here.
I'm going to hand it off again.
Got a
Atkins,
hold.
and he's
Oh,
tripped
wow.
up and brought down, and that was a nice
What a
tackle, there. Dominic,
Caleb Krasinski, number 63 there. What a great tackle, because he had daylight there. That play was going to work. There was a hole there, and that was all Caleb Krasinski there. Great tackle there by the senior outside linebacker.
So it's 3rd down and 7 for the Blue Devils. Oh, you're right, man. Atkins had a steam, but they brought him down. Walker under center, gives it to Atkins again. Short side of field. Atkins nailed down there around the 21-yard line.
And another 4th down here, Mark. I mean, they're using all 4 downs every time here. So, again, I don't know how many times you can keep going to the same thing, but big 4th down and 2 here.
Luke Capola, number 54, laid the lumber to him on a nice tackle. 4th down and 2. You're right, Tim. Another 4th down. How many times can you just keep rolling the dice here? And actually, South calls a timeout. We're going to take a timeout as well. We'll be right back here on WesternNewYorkAthletics.com.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to HowardHanna.com. Ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. Get started today at HowardHanna.com.
Avoiding care can lead to worse problems. Don't delay care. We're here for you.
All right, back live here at Crosby Field. Ken West on the move here, but Tim, they're wasting a lot of time.
Yeah, so I mean, it's been an impressive drive. You got to give them credit. It's a great drive. They're going right up and down the field. About 60 yards so far. A lot of Atkins, that's for sure. But again, this is their third 4th down that they try to convert. And a huge play by the Cameron West, because if you don't get this, you have given up a lot of time and given the ball back with no points. So
absolutely
crucial 4th down here for Cameron West. Still staying in the power I offense, so they're going to live and die by this. So
yeah, if you want to stay alive in this ball game, Tim, you have to convert here. There's no question about it. Walker, they all moved, and they got away with it. The referees did not call that. The entire left side of the offensive line moved.
He didn't get there.
And regardless, it didn't matter.
Well, I thought, they got away with a false start, and then
at least you would have another chance at a 4th down attempt. And the officials did not see it.
But almost a 7.5-minute drive to come up without a score. I mean, that's tough. We mentioned it earlier. You can't just keep going to 4th down without, you just kept running the same plays over and over.
Not one pass attempt on that series.
No.
And for the life of me, I can't figure it out. We were talking at the break. At least if you threw a pass, you would stop the clock if it was incomplete. Instead, you wasted nearly 7.5 minutes on that drive. Nothing to show for it.
It's a good drive if it's 7-0 or 0-0. It's just a tough drive at 21-0.
Well, the defense was waiting for Mr. Dewars in the backfield that time. Britton came up and took him down.
I mean, if you're up in the game, that's a perfect drive, right? I mean, if you're up, But being down 21-0, it's just making it. You're building your hole deeper and deeper.
Defense has to come up with a stop here, but more importantly, they need a turnover. Somehow, anyhow.
Yeah, look. I mean,
fumble.
They need Jabari Lee, who is the leader of this defense, to make a play somehow. Get in there, get a fumble, do something. Because he is the focal point of this defense, and he's kind of been ineffective so far today.
2nd down and 14. Tasca looks, fires, has a man wide open in the middle of the field. There's a nice catch there. Daniel Peoples, I believe, on the catch.
But you see the difference when you're changing up the offense, Mark. I mean, they have a running back just as good as any running back in the whole Western New York.
Right.
But they're not giving them the ball every play. They're not running the ball the same play every time. And, they're going back and forth with pass and run.
Right.
And they're keeping the defense on their heels, and they're moving the ball right along. And the clock is running now as, time is kind of ticking away here for Cameron West.
They're keeping them honest with a good mixture of pass and run. It's first down and 10 at the 32-yard line, their own 32. Zachary moves up for a little blocking there, and once again it's Dewar in motion. Dewar's going to take it. Left side, 30.
There's a hold.
35. And no, I don't see any flags on it.
No, Williamsville South got away with a hold there. They grabbed Jabari's jersey there. I saw number 54, but refs didn't see that one. But tough right there by Cameron West. Could have used a penalty there, but.
Slow to get up there, I believe. Let's see, number 13. That's Reed Lesmeister. Looks to be okay, but he's limping around back there in that secondary. Picked up, let's see, 5 yards on that play. Second down and 5. Here's we're winding down at the 2-minute mark in this third quarter. Quick moving third quarter. Tasca with 3 receivers out right. 1 out left. Now a man in motion. And a quick give up the middle to Zachary. Zachary spins, and he's right at the first down mark, and I think he's got it. And he does. First and 10. Billy's keep marching that football.
Yeah, great play calling by Williamsville South, you know, keeping him honest, you know, changing it up back and forth, and another big first down, and not even getting to the 4th down, which, you know, not putting him in that position. So only a minute 50 this quarter is flying by, which is not good news for Cameron West.
Ball right at the 43-yard line, so the Billies come up first and 10. They keep hammering away. Tasca. Again, Zachary. Zachary, left side, nowhere to go. Spins back and cannot pick up the necessary yardage. He picked up a couple yards. So he did get some positive yardage there.
Good job by Lee holding his ground there. Nice tackle there. But like you said, Mark, you know, got to try to make it turnover. Those are the ones you want to be punching at the football there.
Going back to what you said, Tim, though, looking at this Ken West bench, you can just see the kids are
little lifeless, right?
Yeah,
you know, a little lifeless.
Not
you know,
as animated as they should be. And once again, a very quiet crowd here at Ken West.
Well, a good road team will do that to you also, you know. Take the crowd right out of the game.
2nd and 8. And it's Tasca Lucas going to throw, and there is Brett Johnson. Brett Johnson, who caught a touchdown pass early in the first half, makes another great grab down there on the far sideline.
I'll tell you, that was a great.
Oh, we got a holding call.
Okay, it was a hold. I was going to say it was a great pass by Tasca, but an even better route by number 14, Brett Johnson, who went right to the stakes. But looks like the big man got a hold on him.
So they're going to mark off 10 against the Billies. And every little yard helps right now if you're a Ken West Blue Devil fan. They'll put it down at the 31. That's going to make it 2nd down and 21 yards to go, I believe. Make it 2nd and 22, I might count here.
But only 50 seconds left in the third quarter here, Mark. So that drive by Cameron West was, you know, an impressive drive if it was all even ground.
Right. They'll probably run one here. Zachary standing right next to Tasca. Oh, they go the opposite way, and a nice little end around there. Picking it up is Braxton Vaughn. So
basically got the penalty yardage back there. So brings up a manageable 3rd and down from 2nd and 21. So big play there to at least give them a chance to get the first down. And I think they have to run one more play, right?
I think so, yeah. A 13-yard gain there by Vaughn.
No, that looks like they can run it off.
Yeah, it looks like they're gonna. And after 3 quarters of play, we're still at 21-0. Williamsville South out in front. You're listening and watching Varsity High School Playoff Football here on WesternNewYorkAthletics.com. We'll be right back.
That play right there will bring it into the third quarter.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to HowardHanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. Get started today at HowardHanna.com.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs.
Avoiding care can lead to worse problems. Don't delay care. We're here for you. Western New York Immediate Care provides quick, quality care for non-emergent injuries and illnesses. Go to wnyImmediatecare.com for more information.
All right, back here live at Crosby Field. Mark Johnson along with Tim Sheepa, and it's a 21-0 Ken West deficiency. As we switch ends, and here comes Tasca and South. They flip it out. A nice pass out there in the flat. Another nice gainer. And once again, it's Daniel Peoples. Daniel Peoples. And now late flag on the far sideline, and it's starting to get chippy now.
You know, and Mark, that was such an easy call. It was so we're on the far side. That was so obvious. He was out of bounds, and the Cumberland West just kind of losing their cool again. Another personal. I think that's the fourth personal.
It is.
Fourth personal foul penalty you're going to see. I mean, that's 60 yards in penalties alone.
Right.
And not to, add insult to injury, but we also have Atkins here right in front of us with his ankle taped on the, and he looks hurt. So I feel bad for the kid. He
most likely out of the ball game. His left ankle is iced.
He's had an incredible 4-game run. Probably as good as anyone I've ever seen in Western New York. So tough way to go out. Oh, they're picking up the flag. I'm lost with these. Wow. I don't know what's going on.
The officials picked up that flag. It looked like a late hit over on the other side.
That was the first one I thought was obvious.
And now the chain crew doesn't know which way to go. It's been a strange day here at Crosby Field. But you got to feel for Atkins. 17 touchdowns in the last 3 games. An incredible run. I'm going to put those numbers up against anybody, including Jalen Butera from Jamestown. But his head is in his hands down there on the sidelines, and you can tell he's
in some pain. That's tough.
He's in some pain,
Probably mentally and physically also.
Well, it's 1st and 10 after that nice catch from Peoples. And now it's going to be Nathaniel Zachary on the ground, battles his way and picks up 4 yards. Make it 5 yards on that carry. Zachary's had some nice runs here today.
Yeah, they have a nice, thunder and lightning type of with him and Dewar. They really have a nice combination. And then you throw Tasca in there too. They're throwing the ball really effectively. Not a ton of passes, but when he has thrown the ball, he's thrown it very well, very accurate. So Williams South, they are firing all cylinders right now. Winning 6 in a row coming into here. So
Zachary again, and that's going to be another first down carry. Picked up 8 or 9 yards there. And they're going to move the chains once again. Simple football, Tim. You're running and running hard.
Mark, there's only been 2 drives in the second half so far. Cumberland West had it, the first time.
That's unbelievable.
And now South, and literally 2 drives. And, I mean, this is a near perfect drive by South so far. It's only gotten 3rd down we even won, so they're just constantly getting first downs by running, passing, and also taking time off the clock, which is most important to them right now.
Tasca in the shotgun. Zachary next to him. He's going to keep it himself, and he's going to throw it. Finds his man over there. And it's a nice catch. Max Graves.
And again, a nice play call, faking the end around. A good fake by Tasca, and then a bullet to the outside right, hitting Max Graves right at the first down mark. Another great route run by the receivers of Williams South. I'm impressed by the South receivers. They don't get a ton of catches, but they get crucial catches, and they're running really good routes right at the stakes, knowing where the first downs are, and they catch the ball. So
that's
good
definitely
job.
A well-disciplined wide receiver core here for Williamsville South. 1st and 10, ball at the 23-yard line. Tasca looks back over at his bench. 3 receivers out to the right, 1 out to the left. They might be going for a quick strike here. Let's see. Back the pass. Haskell looks. Oh, it's deflected.
Oh,
and there's the interception. It's picked
And
off.
he's gone.
And he is going to score. And that is the
Maybe
man
not.
they call
Oh, he
Mr.
stopped.
Gallivan. Oh, he stops.
He stopped.
And I have no idea why he stopped there. Ran out of steam. Gallivan, but nice pick. That's the break they might have needed here. Let's see.
Huge break, but I don't think the lineman would have caught him. I think he would have scored. I mean, the 63 is fast. I get it, but I think if he would have just put his head down and kept running, worst case scenario, he maybe would have caught him at the 5-yard line.
Where'd he catch it, Wally?
But
let's see.
Huge break for Commonwealth West, and maybe the spark they needed, a little bit of life. If they can get a quick score here, you never know.
A huge turnover. That's the one they've been waiting for off a deflected pass. So here we go. They're going to hammer away again. And this time a new running back coming in. And it's number 15. And I do not have a 15 on my roster for Ken West. Check that. That was number 13. I'm sorry. Reed Lesmeister with that carry. And now they're going to have to do it. They're going to have to do it without Mr. Atkins here. They need to start passing the ball, but they continue to run the ball. And once again, jammed up in the backfield with nowhere to go. This team absolutely refuses to throw the ball, Tim. I just don't understand it. I mean, you've got targets out there. You've got Noah Michaels. You've got a couple different receivers that you can throw to. They were throwing last week against Ken East. They're just not throwing the ball here. When you're down 21 points, you've got to make something happen in a hurry. Back the pass. Now there's a look, and there's a nice deflection there, and a knockdown, and a nice play. Number 14, Brett Johnson.
But you know, even that play, Mark, you only had, there was one receiver. The only receiver you could throw to was Jabari Lee, the only receiver out there. So you finally throw the ball, but you throw it out of the power set with just your tight end going out there.
Right.
It's kind of 1960s football there. I mean, you got to open it up a little bit here.
Hey, I was born in the 60s. There's nothing wrong with 1960s football. That's when men were men and they played hard. You had 11 guys on the field, and they did not want to come off the field.
I'd rather throw it around with 5 receivers personally, but again,
okay, Tim Coryell. But you got to go to the end zone here. Got to take a shot with 9:40 left. Down 21-0. And now a penalty flag, and that's going to be another delay game, I believe. Well, actually, it could be an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on the bench. Nope, illegal shift.
I didn't even think they were at the line yet.
I didn't see anyone set.
I thought they were walking to the line. I didn't.
Legal substitution call on there. My bad. So that'll cost them 5. 4th and 14. Well, if this is your last offensive play in Billy's territory, you got to throw to the end zone somehow. They got the turnover they needed. They have to cash in somehow here. And now it's going to be a timeout taken by Ken West. No, actually the Billies call it. Williamsville South takes the timeout. We'll take a timeout as well. We'll be right back with 4th quarter action.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com. Ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. Get started today at howardhanna.com.
Avoiding care can lead to worse problems. Don't delay care. We're here for you.
All right, back live here at Crosby Field. 9:40 remaining in this 4th quarter. 21-0. And Ken West, the biggest play for them today, Tim, coming up here now. 4th and 14.
Yeah, we're talking the timeout. You know, the athleticism of number 63 for Williamsville South. They kind of came out of nowhere. Caleb Krasinski, who we talked about earlier, making some really great tackles, but chased down the cornerback for Commonwealth West to stop the touchdown. I mean, that's a big kid running really fast. We thought he may have stopped a little too soon, but you got to give all the credit to 63 because either way he saw 63. Whether it was correct or not, he saw him. So Lee, could be a big target here at receiver. He's in at tight end.
2 receivers out each side. Here we go. Walker steps up. Nowhere to go. He better run for it. And he's going to get hit. No matter what. Did he get it? No, he did not.
Short.
He's short by about a half. No, that's a 2-yard short. Whoa, they get the first down. Holy cow. The officials, and I got to tell you, Tim, I'm baffled here today with this officiating crew. I'm sorry.
From our standpoint, from where we were to the chain mark for the first down, he looked about 2 yards short. So they did mark him a first down.
They gave him the first down. 1st and 10 for the 16-yard line. Still life left here for this Blue Devil team.
And looks like a timeout on the field.
I want to go get my glasses checked, I think, buddy. I'm honestly. Now they're going to measure. And I don't even think it was that close, I'll be honest with you. I had him going out of bounds at about the 17-yard line.
If you have the following vehicle, a red Jeep Latitude.
So now they're going to have to bring the chains in from all the way across the field, and I never liked this either.
Yeah. From where the chains on the far side of where we are,
right.
He looked short. It actually didn't even look close. I was shocked to see the ref point to a first down, to be honest. He looked about 2 yards short from where we were.
At least a yard and a half short.
Yeah.
So they'll mark it, stretch those chains, and from where he is, I think he has it anyway. First down. Ken West stays alive on a clutch call down there. And to be honest with you, maybe Tim, the officials might owe Ken West a call, to be honest with you, after a rough first half.
Yeah, so 9:30 left. Kenmore West in business here at about the 15-yard line of South. Got to score quick. Got to make things happen real fast here.
Yeah, you can't waste another 2 minutes trying to score. You need 3 scores as it is, with a 3-score lead. So Connor Walker did it with his legs, got the first down. Now they're going to run it again. Leo Meister's going to try to get to the edge. He's going to try to beat a man inside, and it's a nice little run there. Picked up about 8 yards.
Yeah, good job by the sophomore stepping in for the injured Atkins, the heart and soul of this team. But good job by number 13, Reed Lesmeister, the sophomore, getting a lot of time offense and defensively. Running the ball hard there.
Walker's going to take it. It's going to give it. And the ball is handed off again to Leo Meister, and he's dropped down at the 5-yard line. I got to tell you, you said they were going to run Atkins into the ground, and they sure did. They ran him right out of the game. Feel bad for the young man sitting over there with a big bag of ice. First down on that carry. So 1st and goal. And the give again to Leo Meister, and Leo Meister is going to be wrapped up right at the line of scrimmage. I mean, that's 3 straight carries to him.
Yeah. I mean, the only issue, I mean, they are moving the ball, but every time you do this,
and he is down.
Yeah, and you're also, the clock is continuing to run.
So official timeout here is they're going to look at the youngster down there, Reed Lee Meister, the sophomore. Les Meister, excuse me.
Correct. Yep.
And I mean, how much can you ask out of a kid? So if anything else I have to look at here today, Tim, it's the play calling of Coach John Haynes.
Yeah, it's been. I mean, obviously, they know their offense better than we do. There's no doubt about that. But I just would have liked to see a little more emphasis on giving your quarterback some confidence, to make some short passes, some like I said, some slants, maybe throwing a screen here or there. I just didn't think they got their athletes the ball in open field enough. I mean, the speed of Atkins is undeniable. I mean, he's a great athlete, but they ran him up the middle, about 80% of his carries. And you see the misdirection that Will South was doing all day with Dewar, their 2 running backs they have, and then, they don't throw a ton either. But when they did, it was very effective and very, very good timing of passes. And Tasker throws a nice football for them. But you see him limping off here, and you hope he's okay.
It's Reed Leismeister, the sophomore, 180-pound, 5'10" running back. Has a sack on the season. Seems to be walking off on his own power. Very slowly here to the Blue Devil bench. He took a wicked hit down there as they Got absolutely no yardage on that play, so it's going to be second goal to goal from the 5 with 8:40 remaining here. With Atkins already on the bench. They're going to bring in Lee. Line him up out there on the left side. Let's see if they try to go to him. Connor Walker in a shotgun. Walker rolls to the right. Walker looking, and he's going to run it, and he's going to get down to about the 2-yard line. Oh, and there's a spear job. Coming in with the crown of the helmet. Nolan Holtz, and they're to get him for a personal foul. Led with the helmet as Walker was almost on the ground. And there it is, blocked to the head. In the old days, they called it spearing. So it'll mark it a half the distance to the goal. So they'll put the ball down, the first fresh set of downs at the 1-yard line. Should be a first down.
Should be an automatic first down.
It should be an automatic first down, but
there it is.
I don't believe it is. I saw a similar call a couple weeks ago in the Lancaster game. Walker. Gallivan. And it's only appropriate that Gallivan scores the touchdown. He hit the nice interception to set up this drive. And they break the shutout, Tim.
Got a little life here from Cumberland West. You hear the crowd noise. And
so finally some noise out of these fans sitting out in these 45-degree temperatures. So it's Gallivan on the touchdown run from 1 yard out. And now the extra point try. And now another flag comes down, offsides here on South.
Looks like they're going to change it to go for 2 now.
Paul Satir was ready to kick that extra point. But now they'll move the ball to the 1 yard line. And personally, I'm kicking the extra point here. I don't know why you would go for 2. It's not going to give you any advantage here. You're still down by 2 scores. But they're going to bring the offense back out on the field.
While we're waiting for this, just wanted to mention the Williamsville South boys soccer is playing the Section 6 A2 championship game today at 5 o'clock. The game will be broadcasted on the NFHS network.
There we go. They're going for 2 here. Walker under center is going to hand it off. And they'll get the 2-point conversion. So Gallivan runs in a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. So 21-8 with 8:06 remaining here. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back on the WNYathletics.com network.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com. Ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. Get started today at howardhanna.com.
Avoiding care can lead to worse problems. Don't delay care. We're here for you.
All right, back live here at Crosby Field. 8:06 remaining, 21-8. But Ken West, Tim, gets the job done off that turnover.
Yeah, got a little life. I mean, could be a little, too little, too late. But I would expect maybe an attempt at an onside kick here to try and get the ball back right away because you still need 2 more scores. 8 minutes left. It's possible they can kick it off. But like I mentioned earlier, Cameron West, they do onside kicks actually pretty often, even in regular situations. So
I've seen a lot of pooch kickoffs this year, probably the most I've ever seen. And most of them are pretty good ideas. And there we go. They're going to try one, and then it's a easy recovery for for South. No one was fooled by that try. And I don't know about that one. It's the old
a little bit of trickery there.
Steve Christie
didn't really fool anybody there.
No.
So the South offense will take over about their own 45-yard line, it looks like.
1st and 10 for Williamsville South. Now they move the ball up a little bit. They're going to put it on the 46-yard line. Well, here they come. South is going to probably try to answer back with a drive of their own and take some time off this clock and put this thing away. Up 21-8 after that touchdown from Ken West. Nathaniel Zachary on the ground again. 4 or 5 yards at a time.
Yeah.
That's been the recipe for the running game today.
Yeah, so great first down play there by the South offense. Pick up 5 yards and keeps the clock running. Kemmer West, desperate mode, but they need to get a 3 and out here.
Some scores from last night. Albion over Olean, 8-7. Tight contested game that was. 2nd down and 5 for this Williamsville South offense. Tasca again to Zachary. Zachary gets to the outside, picks up the first down and more. And missing out there was Jamari Lee. He had a chance to bring him down, Tim, and he just missed it. He whiffed on him.
Yeah, another first down by South offense, just running up and down the field on him. Mark, you mentioned the 8-7 game. You know, outside of the Grand Island game, you may have been at the game of the night last night.
Yeah, it was a great game. Depew and Southwestern back and forth. Depew had a 15-point lead. They gave it up, lost it 26-21 on unbelievable conditions last night at Depew High School.
Yeah, really great game. Great job by you and Tom Prince.
Thank you.
But you know, fun game to watch. It was a fun night. I was home last night, so I was going back and forth from Western New York Athletics to Spectrum. I was watching all the games, so it was fun.
On the ground again, Zachary, and he'll push forward for 2 or 3 tough yards. He is a tough customer.
So 7 minutes left, 3 timeouts left. You still need to score twice. You know, you're at a point with West where you might start thinking about your timeouts relatively soon. I think when it gets to about the 5-minute mark, if you don't have the ball back, you got to start calling your timeouts.
Correct. But you only get 3. And right now they can't solve it. That was the first minimal gain that they've given up on this series. Again, they have to find a way to get the ball back. Let's see if they'll force Tasca into throwing one up again. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff. He's going to keep it himself. Goes to the corner. He's got a first down, and he stays in bounds. Nice play there by B.J. Tasca.
Yeah, smart job there by not running out of bounds, going down. Clock does stop for the first down, but it will start again as soon as they place the yard markers.
So, Williamsville South, the Billies keep moving the football right when they need to.
And South offense, I mean, outside of the first 2 drives, I mean, they've just been, you know, obviously the tip ball interception, but, you know, Kemmer West got a little lucky on a wide open drop pass touchdown, you know, so they've been hitting on all cylinders almost the entire game.
Tasca in the backfield. He's got Zachary with him. Lined out over there on the right side. It's Max Graves. Zachary takes a step back, and then there was a procedure. As Graves was actually that jumped offside, or legal procedure, excuse me. One of the few mistakes by this offensive unit for the Billies here today. But 6:01 remaining here. Slowly, you can feel it slipping away from this Ken West team. Their playoff hopes to keep their season alive.
You see Kemmer West, you know, a lot of players, you know, shaking up. You see number 13 in the backfield there, Les Meister got hurt earlier, but he's back in the field. But he's crunched over after every play.
Well, it's first down and 15 from the 32-yard line. And they give again, trying to rip the ball away from Zachary, but he spins out of it. And picked up a nice 6 or 7 yards there. Lee on that tackle. And I'm looking for number 11 down here. Have you seen him down here? He's not back in the ball game, is he?
I was looking for that.
He is.
I don't see him.
I don't see him on the bench. Atkins, be a miracle if he was back in this ball game.
Yeah, he plays cornerback. I don't see him at either corner.
No, the guy out there is too small. Tasca's going to keep it again on the ground, and he's going to go to the corner. He's going to score. Touchdown, Williamsville South. And that's going to wrap it up. Tasca takes the end around and took it himself and took it to the pay dirt.
Yeah, really nice job by Tasca getting to the corner. Didn't want to run out of bounds that time. Just saw the blue end zone there and went all the way forward to most likely put this game out of reach for the Billies.
A 19-yard run, I believe that was, for a touchdown. So, with 4:47 remaining, if there's any doubt, after that last Ken West scoring drive, there is now. And Tim, that was beautifully executed.
Yeah, perfect drive at the perfect time. He's up and down the field. Ken West defense couldn't step up there, and a great job by the offensive for the Billies.
Going for two, and in and out of the hands there of Griffin Oots. So, a 2-minute. Be right back here with the remainder of this ball game. Western New York Athletics.com, high school varsity football playoff style. We'll be right back.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com. Ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. Get started today at howardhanna.com.
Avoiding care can lead to worse problems. Don't delay care. We're here for you.
All right, back here at Crosby Field, Mark Johnson and Tim Chifa. It's 27-8. And what a way to answer back after your opponent scores on you. You come down the field and you score.
Yeah, so, the South, South has throws an interception off a tip pass. Cameron West punches it in, and that's the way that South, that's the way to answer right there. Go right back up on the field, and the quarterback runs it in from about 20 yards out. So Williamsville South is not to be stopped today. They really look impressive today, Mark.
Punch kickoff. It's going to be falling down on it at the 16-yard line, and for the life of me, I don't know why you'd fall on that ball, but they did. Britton fell on it, and that's where we're going to have it. They're going to be backed up again. My apologies. That was Hunter Gore that fell down on that football at the 16-yard line.
I think it's just it's kids that aren't used to handling the ball too often, and they see a fumble type thing, and they're pretty much taught always to fall on it. You don't really practice. It's 27-8. Try to pick it up and make something happen, but in a normal circumstance, he did the right thing of falling on it. But you probably want to try to make something happen there.
So Gore ran back in the ball game. Now he's lined up to the right side. Walker on the run. Walker rolls out, looks, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds or down close to it, down at the 22-yard line.
Yeah, good job by number 17, Brad Elliott. Staying with the quarterback, from holding him to about a 5-yard gain there.
Picked up 5, so it's 2nd down and 5. That clock continues to run here. And time running out on the Blue Devils in their playoff season. They came in here at 5-3, 5-1 in the division. Or after Walker, they nail him down there around the 18-yard line. A host of Billy's tacklers in there, including Nolan Holtz and number 70, Matthew Murphy.
Yeah, I think we can, pretty comfortably say that the offensive line and defensive line for Will South, they won the battle today in the trenches. Pushing the offensive line back almost the whole game for the defense of South, and then offensively running up and down the field. So great job by the Williamsville South offense and defensive line.
Walker throws a duck up there, and in and out of the hands of Michael. Now a flag that was thrown about 20 yards. I signed that official up for throwing a flag.
So I would assume it's a pass interference. I didn't really see the pass interference, but that is the only flag I could think of.
Well, there's a lot that we haven't seen today, Tim, I tell you, because it looked like it was clean. Let's see what the call is. I did not see a call, did you?
Nothing yet. I think that's it's not a spot foul in high school, so it is.
Yeah, call interference against Williamsville South. And he maybe hooked Michael as he was trying to break to the outside. They're going to call it interference, and that's going to be 15-yarder. A 15-yarder right now doesn't make up for what we saw in the first half. Ken West a victim of 4 personal fouls today.
Right.
And 1 that was picked up, I believe. 3:22 remaining here. 27-8. Billy's out in front looking to start the bus and get it rolling on down to Jamestown, New York next weekend. The Red Raiders await. We had some of the coaching staff here in front of us doing a little scouting.
Yeah, and then they'll be playing a team they know pretty well already. You know, played like we mentioned earlier. They played in week 2. Jamestown came out on top, 42-37. If you look on paper, that is the closest game that Jamestown's had all year long. So, looking forward to the rematch.
They did lose to Frontier, or they did beat Frontier 2014. There's a nice catch on the outside, Michaels. Noah Michael. What a nice catch, spun out of bounds. No, they did not get out of bounds. The clock is running here as we head to the 3-minute mark. Looked like he went out of bounds. Now Walker on the run again. Looks, throws, that's picked off. Picked off and down the field and knocked out of bounds on a nice tackle, but a nice interception there. Brad Evett. Evett with a great play. And that's going to wrap it up.
Yeah, great play by Brad Evett. You know, the senior outside linebacker, cornerback. You know, Connor Walker just trying to make a play there. You know, trying to make something happen. Tough last game for this kid. You know, he had some good passes. You know, not a lot of attempts. But you know, last play is going to be an interception. But he was just trying to make something happen there.
I think he caught that right at the 50-yard line. And it was a 19-yard return there. So 1st and 10 from the 31 of Ken West with 2:51 remaining. Took us 3.5 quarters to get a couple turnovers here. Pitch out. Right side on the run. And number 8, that's Braxton Vaughn.
A little surprised that Tasca's still in at quarterback, Mark.
Yeah.
You know, with 2 minutes left, you don't want